As we're getting ready to head out onto the racetrack here in a second, we got to make our way through this dead part of another track configuration that we have. But I just want you guys to kind of clear your mind. I need about 20 minutes from you. Make sure you stay focused, because this is going to pay off, I promise. There's a reason why we do a slower session. It's to get you guys nice and informed. Then come up behind me on the left here, Carl and Robin. Once that white 155 passes you, you're good to go there, Larry. Perfect. Nice job, ladies and gentlemen. We're in turn 1A here. We'll clip our first curbing, go about midway, then we'll clip our second curbing. That's going to lead us back to the left here for turn 2. I want you guys tight to this apex also. And we can shift up to 4th gear on the exit here. As we unwind at the second curbing, we'll make our move over to the left side. We're in 4th gear once again. We'll get a nice firm brake at our red brake cone, back down to 3rd gear for me. Waiting for our blue cone, then we're going to crest this car right in front of this apex curbing here. As soon as we pass that orange cone, we can begin to take the steering out, make our way to the left side, smoothly transition back to the right. You guys can also shift up to 4th gear somewhere in this area. We'll get a nice firm brake, get away from our white and pink, because we don't want to be too close to those. Then hug it in tight for the next tall orange cone. Excellent. Back over to the left here, Carl. Doing great, man. Tight to the right for me. We'll get firm brakes at this last orange apex, down to 3rd gear here in this braking zone. Looking at our left-hand side, we want to go about midway in the bowl, then pull the car down to the curbing, nice and tight to our orange cone here. Before we crest over the hill, I want you guys to grab that right paddle, shift that car to 4th gear, get that wheel straight. Excellent. At our blue cone, we're going to get a light breathe off the throttle, and then we're going to brake nice and firm at this first curbing here on my left. Most of these markers probably aren't making sense for the brakes right now, but as we go a little faster this afternoon, it'll make more sense for you. We'll drive off at the second curbing here. We'll use that throttle to push yourself out to that blue cone, then we'll lightly tap the brake and downshift to 3rd gear. Also, let's get a bit of rotation. We can get back up to 4th gear though, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to clip our apex on the right. Then at the beginning of this next curve, we'll get a nice firm brake into a gentle release as we add that steering. Once you tight to your apex here, eyes are going to the right for turn 7. We can get that car down to 3rd gear, we'll clip our apex, and then we're going to do another rotation on the straightaway here, ladies and gentlemen. Come up behind me here, Carl, followed by Robin in that white car, all the way over to that left side for that right side for me there, Larry. The more room you give us, the less room there, or the more room there is for error, and that's very important. Alrighty, nice job. We'll find about midway here, tighten it up for 1B, make our way back over to the left for turn 2, up to 4th gear here. Over to the right, we'll smoothly make our way back to the left, firm brakes at the red cone for me. Down to 3rd gear, looking all the way to the right, nice and smooth with that wheel here, Carl. Let's get to our apex. Unwind out, back up to 4th gear. Got our right-hand wheels on this curve, firm brake at the one away from this firm brake at the left-hand apex, and then get away from that near one. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll tighten it up for the S's here, firm brakes at the last apex, down to 3rd gear for me. Lighter, longer brake release, start to look out your left-hand window. Let's find about midway in the bowl here. Nice job, get that wheel nice and straight. Gentle release here, tightening it up to the left-hand side. We'll get a firm brake at the first curve. Lighter, longer up the hill, nice and smooth. Drive yourself out with that right foot. We'll tap our brake down to 3rd gear. Excellent, nice job there. Back up to 4th for me. Smoothly over to the right. Get a nice firm brake at this curbing. Looking tight to the left-hand side for me. Go firm, down to 3rd gear. We want you guys tight to this orange cone here. We'll clip our apex. We're going to do our last rotation and exit the track here. What we're going to do is, Robin all the way to the right side for me. Come up behind me here, Larry, Carl, and then Robin, you'll tag in the last here. But we're going to throw on our left-hand blinkers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you how to exit the racetrack. If you're ever feeling unwell, having an emergency, throw that left-hand blinker on, make your way right through this middle lane for me. Excellent. Just make sure you guys have that blinker on. That's our signal to exit there. That lets everyone else know.
When you're at 35, maintain that speed all the way through until your front bumper arrives to the tall red brake cones. The braking pressure for this one is no different than everyday driving. It's going to be very soft, a little bit firmer at the end, and then bring the car to a stop. So for this first round, I want to see who can be the smoothest on the braking application. Treat it like you have an open container inside the vehicle and just go to the brim. I know I don't want to spill my hot cup of coffee inside my car. All right, Carl, when you're ready, 35 miles an hour. All right, soft on the brake there. Appreciate it. Nice job there, Carl. Let's go ahead and clear out. Now, for the second round, we're going to treat this like a panic situation. The target speed is going to stay at 35 miles an hour. It's how you manage the brake pedal when you get to the braking zone. So when you arrive to the red cones, I'm going to look for a 100% braking pressure and maximum effort with your right foot to the brake pedal. We're going to go ahead and purposely activate the ABS. Treat it like this. Let's say we're just out on the highway. Okay, next thing you know, by surprise, you're following a construction vehicle. The ladder falls off that car or that vehicle, right? I know for a fact in my Corvette, I don't want to damage it, so you're going to do everything in your power to avoid that situation, okay? Now, when you're doing this correctly, okay, 100% braking pressure here at the red cones, you should feel a pulsating feeling from your brake pedal, and that's actually the car just giving you information that you have just now activated the ABS, okay? Now, you're going to stand on that application the whole way through until the car comes to a stop. Now, the ABS isn't supposed to give you a short or complete stop because it's constantly locking and releasing the brakes to prevent the wheels from locking up. So you are going to travel a little bit farther, okay? But we're still going to just manage the center row. So, again, for this round, 35 miles an hour, let's muster as much strength as possible with the right foot to the brake pedal when we get here. Again, it's going to feel really unnatural for most of us to do this. It's all right, we're just practicing on this second part. And you got to remember, it's our cars, it's our resources, and we're doing it in a relatively safe environment. All right, Carl, when you're ready. Lock your speed, firm on the brake, all the way down. Keep holding it. A little soft and progressive there, Carl. It's all right. We'll go ahead and clear out. You know, we'll get an opportunity to run this again on the next half, and I'll explain a little bit more what we're looking for as far as the ABS is concerned, but yeah, we could have been a little more direct on the brake pedal at the red cone. All right, Carl, when you're ready, get to go. 35. Yeah, get the vision up. Steady with the hands, firm on the brake. All the way down. Hold the brake, don't, yeah, there you go. I know you saw yourself releasing it, you caught yourself, right? You guys maintain it all the way through. It's all right. All right, Carl, when you're ready. 40, eyes up. Jump on the brake, hold it. Stay on the brake this time. There it is. Now let's go and clear there, Carl. All right, Robin, when you're ready, we can get Carl, you're good to go. Hold the brake. Nicely down there, Carl. Let's go and clear.
As you go around that number 5 layer, you can clear on out for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I am asking you guys to look out those side windows, but trust me, I'm going to give you a little bit of foreshadowing here. You're going to want to start looking out them. Get yourselves used to it, okay? It's going to make more sense. Whenever you're ready here, Carl, we'll keep that wheel straight. Want you looking to the left. Have some fun. Yep, straight wheel. Fight the urge here. Being patient. Now take it nice and wide. Add that steering slow. Excellent, Carl. Find that blue cone out your left window here. Perfect. Head straight for it. Eyes go to the right. Waiting for that number 2. Being patient. Nice job. You can come on up here, Robin. Find this number 1 here, Carl. As early as we can, okay? Yep, perfect. Just got to spot it a bit quicker. It'll make it a little smoother for you.
Okay.
Now that you're going straight, eyes to the left. That number 3 will tell us when to turn. We don't even need this number 1 anymore. Excellent. Looking for the number 2 at our left-hand window. We'll head straight for it. Nope, number 2. Number 2.
Oh,
you were
number
looking
2.
at it. Yep, perfect. Now look to your right. Excellent. Take it nice and wide here. Find this number 3 out your right-hand window for me.
There we go.
Perfect. Get that wheel cranked down. We'll head straight towards it. Eyes to the left for the 5. Nice job there. Looking real smooth, Carl. Nice job. Way to add the steering slow. I was liking the trajectory there. It's really going to pay off for you. Once you go around that number 5, Carl, you can clear on out for me.
Okay.
All right, Robin. Let's do it. Whenever you're ready, Carl, let's do it. Looking out that left side already. I like it. Patient. There we go. Nice and wide here, Carl. Looking for our blue cone. Way to flip your vision here, Carl. Come on up here for me, Robin. Looking for that number 1. Still got to find it nice and early, okay? I want you a bit tighter to the orange cones. No worries, though. Looking to the left. Excellent, excuse me, Carl. Find that number 2. Great job, Carl. Way to flip your head, man. You guys will realize it's starting to kind of become a habit for you. That's a very, very good thing to have. Excellent, gentlemen, ladies. Eyes to the left for me. Nice job, Carl.
All right, here we go.
I heard about this from a guy who had already done this.
Now you're going to experience it, right?
It didn't sound like something I thought
It's
was
interesting.
Yeah, I can tell.
All good, man.
Thank you.
Number 3. You're ready, rock and roll here, Carl. Throw that car and drive. Wheel straight, eyes to the left. Be patient. Gotta fight the urge. I see you shaking them hands. Nice and smooth with the wheel, like we got a trailer behind us. Looking for our blue cone here, Larry, as early as we can find it. The earlier we can get to it, it makes it easier. Wheel nice and straight. Next time, please wait for us, Robin. Looking to the right. Nice and smooth here. Looking to find our number 1. Carl, doing great, man. Gotta find that information as quick as we can, okay? Keep it cranked, wheel straight, eyes to the left. That number 3 is the only cone we need at this point. Just be impatient, add the steering slow. Excellent, Carl. Looking for that number 2 here. Nice job, man. Way to locate the information. Wheel straight, eyes to the right. Perfect. You'll see it's a smooth transition with our head. Excellent, Carl. Nice and easy here. Looking for that number 3 as early as we can find it. Yep. Keep it cranked down. Crank it. Wheel straight. Yep. Straighten it out. Looking to the left for the number 5 here, Carl. You're all good.
Yep.
Doing great, man. Just nice and patient. Looking to the left. Great timing. Excellent, Carl. After you go around that number 5, you can pull down that sunshade band, make your way to the back of the line. You guys are killing it here. Once you get that windshield.
Left side braking here, into 3rd. Open entry, wait just a bit. Good there, accelerate left. Left side braking. Really use that space as well. Into 3rd. Prioritize apex. Second one, direct across to 2. Good, Carl. See you working there. Unwind. And accelerate to 3. Scan ahead, braking first. Nice open entry. Grounding tighter. Good. Way to be smooth. Accelerate. One motion back to the right. 4th gear, please. Good, there you go. Be direct, use the curbs. Scanning left side. Good, up the hill and accelerate. Gradual left. First curbing here. And Carl, turn a little earlier for me. Commit to it a little earlier. Along the right. Good, look how much more smooth that is. Very nicely done. Out left, getting down the hill. On the right side, brake in. Good, entry left. Good, along this side, brake again. Carl, nice easy pace for me. Well done, sir. Carl, yourself, Glenn, you guys are making great adjustments as you go through. We're going to do our last rotation, everybody. Robin, I'll have you behind.
But it's basically it's a Z51 hardtop convertible.
Okay.
That is it's got all
All the bells and whistles.
pretty much.
Yep.
It's got front lift and all that kind of stuff.
It's exactly what our car has then.
Okay.
Yeah, except we don't have the competition seats.
The front lift part really makes
It makes a huge difference.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because I had a C5, and I was forever tearing the air dam off of it.
Yeah.
Not tearing it off, but
Right. It just happens. It's just the nature of the car.
Yep.
All right, so here in the Bull,
Yep.
it's really slick here, right? So here I'm going to take a lot more conservative,
Okay.
but the car definitely moves around a lot in this area.
I can feel it. Yeah.
Well, right now, the inside of the corner is a lot more gripper here. And generally, you want to be in the middle, but right now, it's actually better to be on the inside.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
So there's actually a lot more grip on the inside of the corner right now. Normally, we want to be in the middle. So I
interesting.
experimented right now. The
Okay.
inside's actually a lot better than the outside.
Okay.
Most of the time, in theory, when it's raining like this, you want to take the corners as wide as possible, so you're not loading up the front end with a lot of friction, so it doesn't push.
Okay.
And we're avoiding the curbings right now. And I'm
Yeah.
maintaining fourth gear the whole way. Because in fourth gear, when it's raining like this, it's a lot smoother off the line, so you don't have a lot of side-to-side. Okay, now we're coasting across this corner, so this turn 6. Alright, so here's into the back straightaway.
Got it. Okay.
We're aiming for that red cone. Great, yep. Waiting. Go wide. I still turn out the cone, but I'm turning it slower
Okay.
than normal. So the rate of speed I'm turning the wheels at 40. Maximize the straightaway. Now I'm in fifth and I can aim flat because I'm in fifth gear. Now I'm braking forward, mixing up wide, finding the outside. Just taking the corner as wide as the track will permit. I'm crashing here. Releasing the brake at the top of the hill.
Okay.
Going away from the apex. Brake straight. And we're going to hold the inside line. And a lot more grip here on the inside. Generally, you want to be in the middle. If it wasn't raining, we'd place the car in the middle. Turning count. Releasing the throttle. Just letting the car turn. Now we're dragging the brake forward.
Yeah, I don't think I braked well enough coming.
Yeah, it's just long and light. Hold the brake longer, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a turning cone. Here's corner 5B.
Well, you can really feel it.
Yeah, it moves around a little bit. Take down the hill. Here's turn 7. And a quick right. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
All right, we're going to upshift those cars into third gear. So during your fast laps, you would be in 4th gear on this straightaway. You'd upshift into 4th, coming up here, and you're smoothly back to the left, scanning for that brake cone. Once you get to the brake cone, firm brake pressure during your fast laps as we downshift in the 3rd gear. Scanning left and right, find the turn-in and apex, wait for that turn-in cone, balance with that brake, get the car pointed to the apex, and then unwind and accelerate to the left. Then we bring it into that right-hand side. We want to contact the curbing on the right, and then steer into this apex. We want to brake right at this apex as well on the left, coming into our chicane. Notice the white cone, stay off the curbing, arc it down into the 2nd curbing. Clipping both apexes here as we accelerate down. You're going to brake after this apex on the right, coming into the bowl. We'll downshift in the 3rd gear. You'll see the curbing on the right with the white cone. Stay off of it, but stay close. Come up to the middle. Once you're middle, point that car down into the apex and then start to unwind and accelerate. Steer into the right to the curbing and then a straight wheel over the launch pad, 4th gear. Turn in tone on the right, steering left. Scanning ahead. We're braking at that 1st curbing on the left. Firm initial brake pressure, scanning right, steering in, balancing in the car. Accelerate left, out to that turn-in cone. Light brake before the turn-in will help the car rotate here and downshift in the 3rd gear. And then accelerating to the exit curbing. We're staying in 4th gear down the straightaway. And then we're braking at the start of the curbing here in turn 6, slowly releasing the brake as we steer left. For me, and then Robin, you're going to follow the silver 09. Carl, left-hand side with me. Glenn, left-hand side. Robin, you're going to follow the silver 09. All right, Glenn, Carl, we are in 3rd gear. We're scanning across left here, steering in. Now open up that steering wheel to the right and accelerate. Scanning across to the left here for that brake cone. Coming into turn 3. Applying our brake pressure. Downshift in the 3rd gear. Slowly release that brake, turn her in. There you go. Unwind, accelerate to the left. Bring her back to the right. Quick left. Brake at the apex. Slowly release that brake down. Good. Accelerate out. Clip both apexes here, left and right. Brake after the 2nd apex, coming up into the bowl. Downshift in the 3rd gear. Come up to the middle with me. There you go. Start to steer down left now. Nice. Accelerate out. Steering into the right and straight wheel. There you go. 4th gear up the hill. Into the left. Braking at that 1st curbing right here. Slowly releasing that brake into the right. Scan across left there, Carl. Find that turn-in cone. A light brake before that turn-in will help the car rotate here. So I want to come out a little bit closer to that turn-in. I'll get you a little bit closer to me so I can show you what I'm talking about. Braking at the start of the curbing here, Carl. Slowly releasing that brake left. Scan ahead for the turn-in cone and apex. Come back to your brake pressure. Downshift in the 3rd gear. There we go. Unwind, accelerate left. 4th gear, scanning for the 2 board. Downshift in the 3rd gear. Bring that car into the right. Out to the middle. Down into that 2nd apex. In left. Unwind, accelerate to the right. Glenn and Robin, we're turning in a little late into some of these corners. Just try to find those turn-in cones earlier. Remember, as soon as your front bumper is at those blue cones, we want to start initiating our steering. All right, back to the right-hand side here, Carl. Brake after this apex on the left. And then balance with that brake. Good. Accelerate out. Clip both apexes here as we're accelerating, so front tires on the curbing. Brake after the apex. Coming up to the middle. Once you're up to the middle here, Carl, start steering down left. There you go. Accelerate out to the right and straight go over this launch pad. Nice. Fourth gear coming up the hill. Scanning ahead for that first curbing on the left. Applying our brake pressure. Slowly releasing that brake in. Now scan across the left here. Find that turn-in cone. Get all the way next to it, then steer in. There you go. Now accelerating left. Fourth gear down this straightaway as we're still on throttle. Braking at the curbing, balancing with the brake in. Good. Back to our brakes here, Carl. Downshift in the third gear. Good. Unwind, accelerate left, upshift in the third gear. Scan for that, 2 forward as the braking point. The slow brake release here, and then Glenn and Robin turn in earlier here in this corner. There you go, back to that left, unwind and accelerate to the right. Better with your turn-in points there, Glenn and Robin, keep it up. Back to that left-hand side here, Carl. Third gear, wait for that turn-in cone, then balance with that brake in, scan across to the right, accelerate out left. Fourth gear, contact the curbing right, left, and brake. Ease off the brake. There we go. Accelerate out. Contacting both curbings here at these apexes. Brake after the second apex. Coming up into the bowl. Downshift in the third gear. Scan across left here, Carl. Find that apex cone. Nice. Accelerate out. Steering in right and straight over this launch pad. Fourth gear up the hill. Steering left. Scan ahead. Brake at that first curbing. There we go. Release that brake in. Get all the way out to that turn-in cone, Carl. Light brake before the turn-in. There you go. Nice. Loads better there. Keep up the good work. Accelerating down the hill. Scanning ahead. Braking at the curbing. Slowly releasing that brake left. All right, nice job there, Carl. Let's go ahead and slow down our pace. We're going to do our last rotation.
Good. How was your session?
It was fine. That was fine. What's your name again?
Mariah.
Mariah. You are the best of
good.
all the people that have led. Your voice is clear. Your instructions are clear.
Yeah.
And your voice is loud enough. So, I mean, you definitely.
Heck yeah. Good. Thank you so much. I do my best to help you guys.
No, it really helps.
Good.
Carl, go ahead and start your run. Make sure you are recording and in manual mode. Making sure we're looking further ahead here, Carl. Utilizing those straightaways for as much acceleration as we can here. Taking these corners nice and wide initially with our steering. Remember that serpentine exercise we did with you? Imagine it in that case. Accelerating out, scan across left. A quick left then right here. Now we're coming up into a big U-turn to the left. As you come out, accelerate out and scan to the right. Good. Accelerate to those brake cones and brake back in the staging line. 41.72 for you there, Carl. Nice work. All right, Carl, go ahead and start your next run. Try to look a little bit further ahead here, Carl. Remember, you want to set up on the opposite side coming into these corners. A quick left then right. Now set up on the right-hand side coming into this left U-turn. Stay on the right-hand side. Then turn in. There you go. Now set up on the left coming out of this corner. You got that right U-turn here. Now accelerate to those brake cones. Get to that throttle. There you go. 36.66. So 5 seconds faster there, Carl. Nice work. Carl, go ahead and start your last run. But it is starting to sprinkle out a little bit, so that could be a part of it as well. Looking further ahead here, Carl. Accelerate on those straightaways. Try to add a little bit more throttle as you get to those straightaways, Carl. You got a beautiful line, though. Keep it up. Look for those brake cones. Accelerate to them. There you go. 33.63. That was a good run, Carl. That was 3 seconds faster than your last run. Just remember at that very end there, apply a little bit more brake so the car doesn't have a chance of going off that cliff there. So just be a little careful there when you come to those brake cones. Apply a little bit more brake. But really good run there, Carl.
That's here, Carl. Your time to shine. Over right, get to the kink. Along this side, scanning over left. Working that way. Braking left, into third. Open entry, clipping the apex, accelerating left. Good, stay along this side, find your braking point, scanning right. Good. Both apexes here, prioritize the second one. Good, and be direct across. Into third, let the car unwind, and then we'll start making our way back. Along the left side for the braking zone. Third gear for me. Nice big open entry, just gradually tighter as you go. Good, clip your apex, and then accelerate out, but we'll bring it back. Down the S's, light brakes for balance here. Second apex. Utilizing that right side. Good, downshifting into third. Scanning left side here. That's like the lower lap. Bring it high, and then steer it back low. Straight orientation going up. Middle along the right. Over left. Braking, first curve. Along the right side. A little bit of throttle on left. A little bit of brake again. Get it right. Accelerate. And into fourth, way to unwind. Open entry, gradually tighter. Stay this side, stay disciplined on your turn and reference here, everybody. Good out left, stay along this side and brake firm. Scanning right. Good, first apex, look for the second, be direct across. Nice there, Carl, looking good. Unwind with me and accelerate up the hill. Into fourth gear, braking left side. Good, keep it open. Later apex for me. Accelerate and then bring it back. Through the S's, brakes for balance. Think of the second one here. Good. Brake straight, downshift, scan left. Good, keep it to the middle, and then bring it back down. As soon as you apex, you can get to the throttle. There you go. Working over left side. Brake first curve. Then out left, a little bit of brake pressure, get it back to the right. Accelerating out. Unwind. Along the right, working over left. Good, keep it this side. Turn and reference here. Most important part. Get a late apex onto the straightaway. Accelerate left. I see you working. Stay this side. Brake here. Into third. Get this first one. Think for the second as well. There you go. See it working? Direct across. Unwind, and accelerate to the left. Stay this side. Firm brakes. Keep it wider here. Don't get too tight too early. There you go, better. And then clip the late apex, then accelerate. There you go. Way better line there. Looking good, Carl. Just look ahead a little more. Looks like we're sometimes just a little late on certain references. Everything else, though, I think looks good. Just work on keeping the scan going. And gentlemen, slow the pace for me, please. Nice and easy here. We're going to gather up and we're going to execute our first rotation. Carl, looking really good. Let's work on planning ahead a little bit more, but I like everything I'm seeing. Chuck, I'm going to have you stay left, fall behind my lead car, please. And Don, I'll have you stay behind Chuck there. Now, Carl, you'll be behind Don in the red Corvette once he gets by you. Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. Now, Carl, just keep hitting your marks as you are. But Chuck, it's your time to shine. We're going to start easing into the pace here through turn 2. Into fourth gear, we'll accelerate up. On the left, brake hard. Into third. Good, start bringing it back. Brakes for balance and ESs. Prioritize second. Good. Direct here into the bowl. Third gear, please. Good. Start bringing it back. Yeah, there you go. Gradually over left side. Brake first curve. Follow in right. Good, Chuck, out left, touch the brakes, bring it back. Accelerate, unwind. Now, front brakes, third gear. Late apex here. Clip, unwind left. Find your points, into third gear. Don, Carl, got my eyes on you guys. Just keep hitting your marks, please. And Chuck, slow the pace, please. Nice and easy here, sir. Nice run there. We're going to gather a group, Chuck. We're going to gather down here at the rotation zone. If you could please follow me over to the right. Don, I see you coming down the hill. Don, nice easy pace here, sir. We're going to gather on the right side. Alright, gentlemen, so just one moment here, going to get some more space. We're going to commit into it, gentlemen. Chuck, I got one more lap for you. Just remember, everybody, stay disciplined on those turn references. Maximize the radius throughout the turn. Second apex here, Chuck. Direct across. Chuck, nicely done, sir. Easy pace for me as you make your way through turn 6. We're going to gather again here on the rotation zone. Don and Carl will do the same thing as the last lap. Over to the right side, please. And then we're going to execute our last rotation. So Chuck, I'll have you stay to the right. Don, I'll have you over to the left along with Carl. Carl, I'll have you stay behind that red Corvette, please. Carl, you're good to begin. Carl, nicely done. This was your quickest time.
Balance the brakes here and use your vision. Get down to your curbing. Nice job getting down to that second apex there. 100% acceleration on this straightaway. Firm braking. Yeah, so Carl, we're still not unwinding our steering wheel once we're down to apex coming out of 3, okay? Make sure we work on that next time by.
Okay.
Once we're down to our orange cone, we can unwind the steering. We can take steering out so that we can accelerate. Right now you're upsetting the car from trying to accelerate while you're still turning. We don't need to continue turning once we're at apex. Alright, let's work on this corner. Slow the car down enough. Enter near this black patch. Now increase your steering down to this apex. Once we're there, unwind. There we go. Much better. Still try and get a little bit closer on top of that apex curbing at the orange cone though, okay? Increase your steering down to it. Nice job using all of that apex curbing in the S's section. Now in the bowl there, we stayed too tight to the inside, which made it harder for us to get down to our actual apex. Remember, we have to make an arc shape out of that corner, okay? Make sure that we are coming up a little high in the middle, at least to the middle of the track there on entry. And then we come back down to our apex. So make an arc shape out of it. Braking, balancing, get down to this first curve, let it coast, get it rotated, then accelerate out. Back up to fourth. Make sure we're not going too wide on exit out of 2 there, okay? Slow the car down enough on entry, balance the brake pedal on top of that curbing. Braking at the start of the curve, balancing. Firm brake pressure here, downshift, slow the car down enough, on top of this first curve, let it rotate. Accelerate out. Be careful of that outside edge here. Much better, excellent. Keep the pace up. We're going to try and finish the lap. The finish line is right up here. Alright, you should have finished your lap by this point. If you had to slow down and wasn't able to finish your proper lap, please flash your headlights. Alright, we'll do another lap.
that's completed our lap. Let's slow down. We'll pull over to the right-hand side and gather.
What I want everybody to do is take the mode selector and you're going to turn it twice to the right. That's going to put you in track mode. Now, after you've done that, you're going to take the button above that, which is the traction control off button. It's the little car with the squiggly lines and the word off. It's on the left-hand side. You're going to push that twice. Once, pause, and twice. Now you're going to be in the PTM modes. We don't want to be in wet, that's the first mode, so we want to turn it twice to the right again, which will take us to sport. And that's how we get into PTM Sport the long way if the Z button on your car at home is not set up for it.
Yep. Got it.
100% on the brake, 100% down on the accelerator, let off the brake, head on down. Nice job, over that right side. So, we got one more chance to do this. Let's get going here. Robin, come on up. Alright, over to that right side. Come on.
Reset.
Timer.
Reset.
Yep. There you go. Pull it up.
100% on the brake, 100% down on the accelerator, always forward, let off the brake, head on down. Good job, over that right side.